Hello everyone, myself Kavita welcoming you all at ChaaiCoffee.com. And as usual, we are here once again with one of the most charming, strong and fearless women as our guest today. There are women and there are women who overcome. And it gives us great pride and joy to welcome today one such woman who has not only defeated the stage 3B breast cancer, but also come out as a winner. Not only that, she has become a role model and inspiration to a lot of other women out there in the society. As she started an NGO working tirelessly for women empowerment and their health related issues. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Ms. Dimple Bawa on our show today, and we are curious to know her journey all through fighting and overcoming out of this dreaded disease. A very warm welcome, Dimple, to our show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on Chai Coffee. It's really an honor to be there. And thank you for beautiful words you have used for me. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Very well. Thank you so much.
Well, Dimple, we are starting with the basic. How and when did you find out you had a breast cancer?
I was diagnosed in the year 2013. It was the month of April. I got an accidental hit on one of my breasts, and there was some inflammation that stayed for a couple of days. And after 2 days, I went to see the doctor. And thereon, there was no looking back. There were a series of tests and investigations that happened that showed that, yes, I'm positive for triple negative breast cancer. And it was stage 3B. And I was 32 back then.
And what was the reaction you and your family had post breast cancer diagnosis?
It is not a good news, of course. So, of course, the reaction was bad. And I still remember I reached at the diagnostic clinic before my husband, and he was holding the reports in his hand and he was crying. And I could make that out from a distance of, say, about 15 feet. Yes, something is bad and I should be prepared for it. So this is how it happened. And of course, we all live in the mode of denial that this can't happen to us or our loved ones. So yes, that question, why me, came to my mind as well. But I accepted it very quickly. It took me a little time, I would say, that okay, this is what it is, and now I have to prepare myself to deal with it. So I accepted it, and there was no choice, just to be strong and face it, whatever comes my way.
And post the diagnosis, what kind of treatment did you receive?
So I was triple negative. It was triple negative breast cancer, stage 3B, and I met number of oncologists before I start with my treatment. So doctor planned neoadjuvant chemotherapy. Neoadjuvant chemotherapy is supposed to be given before the surgery. So they planned 6 sessions of neoadjuvant chemotherapy, followed by mastectomy, followed by 25 sessions of radiation. And the treatment took, say, about 9.5 months.
All these 9.5 months you were under the treatment.
Yeah. And there were days when I used to feel very low, and there were days when I used to feel very comfortable, as if nothing is happening, as if everything is so normal. But yeah, those days were pretty less, but yes, low days were pretty high.
Well, we have gone through a view. We had a thorough view of your Instagram profile. You have been a leading positive, and you've been leading a positive and cheerful life in spite of breast cancer. How do you manage to maintain such positivity and happiness during all this?
There was a thought that came to my mind when I was diagnosed with cancer. The thought was like, I'm 32. What have I done so far for myself? Like, I got married very early. I was 18 years old. And before that, I was, doing whatever my mother was asking me to do, whether it was education, school, and other stuff. And then I got married. I was doing whatever my husband or my family laws, everybody was asking. Then I had a daughter. Then I was doing whatever was good for the little one. That thought came and it intrigued me so much that when did I live for myself? Now my life is slipping out of my hands. It is what it is right now. The moment which I have it in my hand, it's not guaranteed whether I'll be able to see the tomorrow. So live it now. Do not postpone your happiness. Don't prolong that things, okay, once you're going to do this, then you're going to, maybe you're going to travel, you're going to eat this food, you're going to learn a hobby, you'll go for your exercise or something. So just live in the moment and live to the fullest. That's what kept me going. That I want to live for myself, then for my daughter, then for my husband, then for others. But first, it's me.
That's really positive and inspiring. How has social
Thank
media
you.
helped you throughout the journey?
Social media did play an important role because once my results came out positive, I started with the treatment. I was dealing with the side effects. So I did a lot of R&D on social media. On all the other sides, I came across some groups, but sadly, not Indian women. They are not comfortable talking about cancer, but there were other, groups based out of UK, US, Australia. So, I used to interact with them. I used to ask them whatever have helped them to deal with the side effects of the treatment, that I can also apply it on me, to feel better. And there was one thing that always used to come to my mind. It's like, look good to feel better. It really boosts your confidence. It's like, fake it until you make it. So like I used to, dress up well during my treatment. I used to put on little makeup, like there were no eyebrows, no eyelashes. Skin used to be very pale and dull. Sometimes my face used to look very swollen due to chemotherapy, drugs, and steroids. But I used to dress up well. And every time I used to go to the hospital, it used to be like an outing for me. I used to put on makeup, and my husband used to ask me that, why are you putting on makeup? You're just going to the hospital itself. I was like, that's my outing. I want to look good. I don't want, my doctors to see me like all the time. I'm so miserable. So it was like always, put your best foot forward. So social media played a very important role.
Well, being a woman, you fit in so many roles, like you're a mother and you're a wife. So, being a mother, how have you managed to shuffle through your responsibilities? Did your family and treatment go hand in hand? Like, how well has your family support helped you throughout the process?
See, my family supported me very well throughout the treatment. They were like a pillar of strength. And along with that, my friends, they also played a very important role during my journey. And I'm an only child, and I lost both my parents. I lost my father when I was 5, and I lost my mother when I was 26 to cancer only. So when it has hit me, it really hit me badly because I saw my mother going away with cancer. So that thought used to trouble me that probably I wouldn't be able to make it. But then with the support, I was able to make it. I came out of it. And during that journey, my responsibilities were shared by my in-laws and other members in the family. And my husband stepped in. And my little one, my daughter, she was like 11 years old back then. She played a role of a little mother to me. She was very caring. Till date, she is. And she has been very supportive, very understanding. So they all played their role like in a puzzle to support me and pull me throughout of the disease.
You have posted a picture stating that surviving cancer has not saved your life, it has given you a new one. Would love to know how and what has changed your outlook towards life post this disease.
Okay. So I think cancer has taught me to connect deeply with other people. And, you know, there have been people in my life who were like just acquaintance or just professional, relationships with them. But, during my cancer journey, there was a different bond with all of them. Like few acquaintance, they become so like close friends with me during the journey, and still we are. So it has given me a new perspective. First, it has connected me deeply with other people to understand their emotions, what they have been going through, what I have been going through, and how we both can support, inspire each other on day-to-day basis. Secondly, cancer gave me strength. It gave me courage to take charge of my life. No matter how sad this day gonna look, but it's my way of looking at it. Whether I'm gonna take that day as sad it is, or I'm gonna do something to make it a little joyful. So I took charge of my life, and cancer gave me that courage and strength.
So, when and why did you decide to start a non-profit organization, Cheers to Life Foundation?
Uh, so when I was going through with my treatment, after my 3 chemos, my disease was gone by 90%, and doctors were really amazed. They were the same doctors who initially said, "We don't know whether we'll be able to save you or not," but they were also quite stunned with it. And whatever I was doing it on me, all those lifestyle changes, all those dietary changes, I started sharing it with fellow patients after my 3 chemos. And they also started seeing good results. Doctors were also surprised. And side effects were pretty less. They were quite manageable to deal with. So that's how I made a small support group named it Cheers to Life. And later in 2015, when I saw there are a lot of people from underprivileged section of the society who just don't have access to any kind of information, knowledge, and they don't have any information about holistic therapies. And at the same time, they're also struggling for the finances to deal with their treatment and the cost associated with it. So that's how I formed that nonprofit organization in June 2015.
How well do you think you have managed to help people and create awareness about breast cancer through your organization?
Yeah, so we are not just working in the field of cancer awareness, because I strongly feel that awareness is incomplete unless we talk about prevention as well. So awareness and prevention, that goes hand in hand. And we also guide on treatment part, and we also guide on, the treatment for the second opinions and other things. And we also support them to deal with the side effects, because that is very important, because cancer treatment is not just going to be finished in a week's time. It may take weeks, it may take months, it may take years. And with all the other activities happening in your life, other incidents, sometimes you tend to give up. So we try and we support them in every possible manner.
Well, Dimple, would like to know what are the diagnosis methods and treatments, if you can share with us, that women can receive for breast cancers. Are there any early stage signs one should look out for?
Of course, first thing first, I strongly believe that once a young girl turns into a woman, once she's an adult, that woman should go and see a gynecologist or a breast specialist to understand their breast, because every women's breasts are different. Some could be quite dense. So there's a difference between each breast. Then you should also learn how to do self breast examination, and when is the right time to do the self breast examination. Then, if there is any family history we should be aware of, we should get our genetic testing done, and then we should evaluate and plan accordingly how intensive is going to be the screening. Then at the same time, there are some signs and symptoms you should be aware of. If there is any lump which is not going away, which is painful, or it's not even painful, but still you should get it checked. If there is any bleeding from the nipple or near skin of the nipple, you should get it checked. If there is a discoloration of your skin, any part of the breast or your axilla area, axilla is your underarm area, you should get it checked. And as per the experts, the right time to do self breast examination is between 7th and 10th day of your menstrual cycle. For example, a menstrual cycle starts from 1st. So the right time is between 7th and 10th. So every breast is unique, as every woman is unique. Meet a specialist, understand it, and then be regular with it.
Breast cancer is still a kind of taboo to talk about, especially in India. What are your views on the stigma related to breast cancer, and how do you think we can overcome it?
See, breast cancer is coming in younger women. And the younger you are, the chances are you're not married. So this is one taboo, that parents do not want to talk about breast cancer in their daughters. So they feel that there would be a difficulty for them to get married or settle down in future. This is one, and I have seen it in underprivileged section of the society, and many a times women don't take this diagnosis well. They feel as if they have committed some kind of sin, or it's a result of bad karma. It's very difficult to make them understand that breast cancer is nothing but just as a disease, and take it as a disease and be done with the treatment and you're out of it. But it really is, the situation is really bad, and it is quite awful to hear such words.
So lastly, what advice would you give other women who have recently been diagnosed with breast cancer?
Sure. One thing, what I have learned, that there is no need to be a superwoman. The kind of a baggage you're dealing with, it is a lot. So it's better you talk to a friend or a family member, share your feelings, share your emotions, share your issues. If you are in pain, it can be physical pain, it can be emotional pain, it can be psychological pain. Whatever it is, just share, express, and seek help. Don't just, suppress your emotions and feelings inside. Don't be bottled up with all those things, because it's going to be a long journey. So it's talk. Then change your lifestyle, understand your sleep cycle, take some naps during the day to take some rest, deal with the side effects, go for holistic therapies, any kind of, maybe a physiotherapy if you are in need of, maybe foot reflexology or acupressure you require. Seek help in every possible manner, deal with the pain. And if there are responsibilities on you, try to take help from family members and your friends and divide the responsibilities. And take it easy, have a positive attitude, take one day at a time, one step at a time. And if your listeners, if anyone out there need my help or support or guidance, I'm here. You can find me on social media. My contact details are also mentioned on the website. I'm here.
So as we have come to an end of our show, we'd like to thank you, Dimple, for sharing your journey with us. And we'd like to mention all people out there listening to us that cancer is hard to go through. And it's really hard to see someone you love go through. fight each round, take it on the chin, and never, never, ever give up. The only person who can save you is you. So keep the sunny side up, and we'll come again sharing some more inspiring stories on our show, ChaaiCoffee.com. Till then, keep sending your love and blessings to us.
Thank you so much, everyone, for hearing me out and sending all the love and lot of felicitations on Mother's Day. Keep inspiring, ladies, and take care.